Welcome back to A Course in Miracles workbook for students. This is lesson 49. God's voice to me. God, maybe we should try again. God's voice speaks to me all through the day. Number one, it is quite possible to listen to God's voice all through the day without interrupting your regular activities in any way. The part of your mind in which truth abides is in constant communication with God, whether you are aware of it or not. It is the other part of your mind that functions in the world and obeys the world's laws. It is this part that is constantly distracted, disorganized, and highly uncertain.
The part that is listening to the voice of God is calm, always at rest, and wholly certain. It is really the only part there is. The other part is a wild illusion, frantic and distraught, but without reality of any kind. Try today not to listen to it. Try to identify with the part of your mind where stillness and peace reign forever. Try to hear God's voice call to you lovingly, reminding you that your Creator has not forgotten His Son.
We will need at
Wow.
least 4 5-minute practice periods today and more if possible. We will try actually to hear God's voice, reminding you of Him and of yourself. We will approach this happiest and holiest of thoughts with confidence, knowing that in doing so, we are joining our will with the will of God. He wants you to hear His voice. He gave it to you to be heard.
Listen in deep silence. Be very still and open your mind. Go past all the raucous shrieks and sick imaginings that cover your real thoughts and obscure your eternal link with God. Sink deep into the peace that waits for you beyond the frantic, riotous thoughts and sights and sounds of this insane world. You do not live here. Phew. We are trying to we are trying to reach a real home. We are trying to reach the place where you are truly welcome. We are trying to reach God.
Do not forget to repeat today's idea very frequently. Do so with your eyes open when necessary, but closed when possible. And be sure to sit quietly and repeat the idea for today whenever you can, closing your eyes on the world and realizing that you are inviting God's voice to speak to you. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. What a relief, hey? And all the descriptive words of this insane world, the
Mm-hmm.
raucous and
Mm-hmm.
um, frantic, riotous sights and sounds of this insane world.
Mm-hmm.
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 Fun.
Yeah. I feel like I had that experience last week when I was outside in the garden and puttering around, and something just dropped in for me, and I can't quite remember what it is. It feels like it's a fuzzy memory right now, but I do remember thinking to myself, "Oh, God, that's you." And I just
Aw.
just acknowledging that
Mm.
and being, because yesterday it didn't even occur to me to say there is nothing to fear, because I didn't feel fearful about anything at all.
Oh, wow.
It was just a day with flow and ease and kind of like a grateful heart and, just,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was really cool.
That's
Yep.
amazing.
Mm.
Yeah. My dad was laying on the bed and he was sleeping, and I was sitting in the chair beside him, and he was mumbling. He was talking away, but he made no sense. Like there
Hmm.
were no words that actually were English,
Okay.
Yeah.
but yet he was talking away.
Wow.
Like he was actually talking, and
Yep.
and I was like, and then I thought, well, is he trying to, is, do I need to try to hear what he's saying? But
Mm.
it wasn't something like that at all. It was
Hmm.
like, Nina, just listen,
Hmm.
just listen. And I just felt it felt like God, but it felt like me at the same
Oh,
time.
interesting. Wow.
It was like he's me,
Hmm.
and he was talking, and I'm talking to myself.
Hmm.
It's like very strange.
That's
But
amazing.
there was no need to, there was no fear in going, I don't understand what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was
Yeah.
just, it was all fine.
Yeah.
I didn't. It was all fine.
Were they English words or was it an
No,
original language of his?
no,
Oh,
he thinks he's speaking English,
okay, got it. Yeah, for
but
sure.
he even mentioned that he's having a hard time trying to say words.
Mm.
It's all garbly goop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's like,
Yeah.
but it's
Maybe
perfect.
he's speaking in true tongues.
Mm.
Yeah, it's really bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just sat there and I was reading my book, The Course in Miracles, and yeah, it felt very divine.
Yeah, he's
That
having
sounds
his own
so beautiful.
conversation with God, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's perfectly understood by
yeah.
Who
But
by
he
needs to
was,
words.
know? Who needs to
Yeah,
hear it?
exactly.
And you
yeah.
too, Nina, you obviously understood.
It,
No
it
words were
wasn't it
required.
wasn't meant to be understood, but in English, it was meant to be listened with the
And felt.
heart,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it was all love. It
Mm-hmm.
was just like, oh my God. I'm like, I feel so much love for you, Dad. Like, but it doesn't mean the words don't need to mean
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, no, they don't. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
No.
amazing.
So it
Not
was,
on this plane.
When I
usually I
wake
have
up
a
in the,
fear when people are talking and I don't understand what they're saying. And
Mm.
I jump to attention.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I need to hear what I need you to
I need to
repeat that.
understand that. Yeah.
Like I have to understand it, but no, that wasn't really the message. I don't need
yeah.
to understand. I just
Mm-hmm.
need
Yeah.
to listen,
Yeah.
listen in the silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It's a different way of listening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen with your heart instead of your ears and your mind.
Yeah.
You're not using these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like who
Yeah.
are we before language? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I wake up in the morning, I usually just say a few things I'm grateful for, and and then I invite God in. I'm like, okay, God, here I am. This is for you. What would you have me say and not say? Think and not think. Do and not do. Believe and not believe.
Mm-hmm.
Be it all for me. And then I just trust. I just trust that everything I say is exactly what He would expect me to say, or He's saying through me for me, or
Yeah.
whatever. And I just trust that. I trust that everything I think is what I'm supposed to be thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that I believe today or understand or anything I say, something simple like whatever I'm supposed to say, I'm supposed to say.
Yeah.
And it takes all the guilt off. Like I was on the trail yesterday and I saw mom, and moms with babies are tired, that. And she's got the baby in the stroller and the dog. And
Oh my
I
God.
said something silly like, "Oh, puppy, are you not getting any attention now that baby's here?" And she's like, "Oh, he thinks so, but no, he's getting lots of attention." And I walked away going, "Really? I had to say that?" And then I thought, I asked God in the morning, what should I say and not say? And if I said it, then I'm supposed to say it.
Yeah.
And it took all the pressure off thinking I said something stupid and I might have hurt their feelings or any number of things that is insane up in here. And I just went, okay, I asked for guidance for the day, not just for the first thing in the morning. It was for
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We're not responsible actually at all because there's
oh yeah,
there's no real entity. I know it's just I keep going back to that thought
Mm-hmm.
because that's because we're a creation of God. We're not an entity.
yeah,
And it does take the responsibility right off.
yeah,
Boom. Yeah, it's just a
yeah,
program. The
Yeah.
conditioning. Yeah.
yeah. So asking God to be my words, my thoughts, what do I understand? What do I believe? All those things. I'm not using it as an excuse to be cruel because that was not my intention. My intention is never to be cruel. But my mind could have thought, "Oh, you're an asshole for saying that." Tired mom not paying attention to her dog. No, uh, she needed to hear something, and I didn't say it meanly. But our thoughts can just make everything
They
such a
just come.
disaster.
They just come.
Mm-hmm.
They just
They're
come.
they're just rolling out.
Yes, they are. So yeah, I think because of that, and I've been doing that for quite some time, probably in the 2 years I've done, the last time I did A Course in Miracles and now, I don't worry about, I have nothing to fear. There
Mhm.
is nothing to fear.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to fear about what I think, about what I say, about what I feel, or comparing or whatever. It just takes a lot of pressure off myself because I think we can all spend a lot. Oh, did I say that? Should I have said that?
Yeah.
Should I respond to this differently or whatever? We make our mind mental on all the things we possibly could and should do.
Yeah.
And when you rely on God's voice speaking through me all day, all the day, then I trust that everything I say is the right thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
So God's voice speaks to me all through the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And all those shoulds is the world's laws. Obeying the world's laws is all the shoulds.
Yeah.
And
That's right.
and there is no laws but God's laws. So there is no should.
Right?
So whatever is said is it there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
even
just
your
not
dad,
it's not real.
whatever he is saying, God planned that. God is in it.
Yeah, yes, yes. God is in everything. Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
a dressing to distract and disguise.
Yeah. The part that is listening to the voice for God is calm, always at rest and wholly certain. It
Mm,
is really the only part there is. The other part is wild illusion, frantic and distraught, but without reality of any kind. Try today not to listen to it. Try today to not to listen to it. Try to identify with the part of your mind where stillness and peace reign forever. Try to hear God's voice call to you lovingly, reminding you that your creator has not forgotten his son. Like what a relief, right?
Mm-hmm.
What a glorious feeling.
Yep.
I think even yesterday my affirmation said something about be still. Let me have a look.
It's one of my favorite songs that I used to sing when we went to church was Be Still and Know That I Am God.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
That just brings me to my knees.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Number 4, listen in deep silence.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Be very still and open your mind.
That's one thing about this world that we have right now and have had for many, many years is that there's almost no such thing as deep silence anymore. That you really have to almost create that for yourself
We do.
because there's
Mm-hmm.
so much coming in. You're just being bombarded by, other entities to keep us from being able to listen in deep silence.
Exactly. Yeah. I find being in my vehicle, like
Mm,
just just going somewhere and just being in my vehicle, that's kind of like a little bubble.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I never
Um,
listen to the radio. It just never goes on because I just
yeah.
don't want to be part of the nonsense that the announcers talk about. This just the ridiculousness of the things they
Yeah.
think is worth chatting about
Yeah.
or giggling about.
Or to
And
fill the silence.
yeah, yes, exactly. It's just filler and it's
Yeah.
not, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's funny you say that, Nina, because and Kelly, coming back from Vancouver, we had spent a few days and there's not a lot of space to yourself, and we all did our best to have our own space to ourselves. And driving home, I realized I just want to get to my destination and whatever. And sometimes on a long drive, I'll put music on just to sing and enjoy my
Hmm.
time. But coming
Yeah.
home from Vancouver, and Lassa and I can talk. Like
Yeah.
we can talk. We were quiet the whole ride. the whole 6 hours.
Oh,
There was no music. He kind of slept off and on. He looked out the window. It was just and it was lovely. It wasn't awkward in any way. It was just replenishing because
Yeah.
the city is noisy even when it's quiet.
Yeah.
oh,
There's an energy in the city. And I realized too that I'm exhausted even though we stayed in a quiet Airbnb, we had fun during the day and our evenings were back at the house because they
Yeah.
were still adjusting to the time. That there's an energy in the city that's so chaotic and
Yeah.
busy or some things that it took me
yeah.
a week to get back to sort of where my energy feels good here.
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
dysregulating.
What does it say?
It is.
Frantic, riotous
Mhm.
thoughts and sights and sounds in number
Yes,
4.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I mean, the air is so much fresher and cleaner here and whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a relief to be back here where it's quiet. And I can see how cities are intended to be very, everyone's the same. They would have the
Mm.
same thoughts. It would, to be against any agenda, you'd have to be
Mhm.
pretty strong because it's like a cohesiveness and part of the city because you get caught up
Yep.
in that. I don't
Yep.
know if that makes any sense,
Oh,
but
yeah, like in
100%.
Pilgrim's Progress, it's Vanity Fair.
Mhm.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
everybody has something to sell you. It's just loud, loud, loud.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you can't say no.
And you can't do anything different. You have to be part
No.
of the chaos and the ruckus and the
Mm-hmm.
uh, raucous shrieks and whatever. Yeah,
That's the hive mind.
Yep.
that's the what?
The hive mind.
Yes.
Yes,
Hive. Yeah.
yeah. The frantic, riotous thoughts and sights and sounds of this insane world. You do not live here. We are trying to reach your real home.
Mhm.
And I think it would be really hard to find in the city for me.
Yep. Same.
Even in parks, I mean, there's just so many people too, right? Just coming and going and dogs, and it's still a chaotic place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really an illusion within the chaos.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Try to hear God's voice call to
Mm.
you lovingly.
Mhm. Mhm.
right? The voice for God is calm, always at rest and wholly certain.
And that's another reason why I think there's this big push to bring people into a city center, right? It's under the illusion of the environmental stuff, but it's really to
Uh,
bring us all together, to have us in that so that we don't hear
mm,
God's voice.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
And that's why there's all the sports. That's why there's all the music. That's why there's all the things.
absolutely.
They're all distractions.
Yeah,
Everything is a distraction away from God.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Everything.
yeah. Till I see my little bees on the thing, and I go, "Oh, there you are, God.
Right?
Oh.
I
I
see
know.
you."
So I'm sitting on my patio yesterday and I look up and there's this face looking at me from down below and it's a deer. He was standing there looking at me from right from the entrance into my condo
Yep.
place and I was like, wow, he's just a she. It was a she doe.
Mm-hmm.
And she just walked very quietly, softly,
Mm.
slowly, just up the little hill past my patio.
Yep.
It was just
How
so
beautiful.
beautiful. And then
Mm-hmm.
2 ducks just flew right by my railing, like within 3 feet.
Oh,
Just
wow.
Yeah.
zoom. And I'm like, whoa, hello. It was just a lot of hellos. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
But in the garden too, right? You just see
Yep.
all the little
Creatures.
critters. They just come really
Mm-hmm.
close to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the closeness. It feels
Mm-hmm.
so endearing.
Yeah.
Yes. And I can even share a story too. I mean, I see deer on my walk, and sometimes I'm in my head or just at peace, and I'll almost walk into a deer. But Lasa's mom yesterday, they have basically the downstairs. So they go out onto the patio downstairs, and she was doing some yoga moves or whatever. And there's a divider between, because I'm in a duplex, the next duplex, there's a divider. And
Mhm.
in the middle of it, there's always been a nest. When I moved in, there was a nest, a bird's nest there.
Mhm.
And she said, there's babies in it. But I didn't realize that a robin had made a new nest right at the edge of the wall and the divider.
Mm.
So, like,
Mm.
right in here.
Yep.
And so I'm like, I got my step stool because I wanted to go see the babies, but I didn't, because mom's made this beautiful nest and she's sitting on top of them all. And she's like looking at me. And I thought, oh my God, that's just so perfect that they feel this space is
Mhm.
safe enough to build a nest. And I thought,
Yeah.
oh, and I love nature. So I was really, really thrilled to see that. And then
Nice.
I let mom be. I was not going to go up and have a look, get out of my way and poke around in her nest.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, it can tell. They can tell
Mhm.
the scent of humans, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There's something about nature that just really grounds you. Something that, because you just can't find that in the city. You might find a deer, but you're just worried for their safety as opposed to going, oh, isn't this beautiful?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be a very, very amazing day.
I
It sure
agree.
is. It sure is. Well, I'll end the recording here.